controversial judicial reform bill passed in Israel, despite strong protests and opposition. Tel Aviv. Israel's parliament has passed a controversial judicial reform amendment bill to limit the powers of the Supreme Court, despite strong protests and opposition. According to Arab media, 64 members of the ruling coalition voted in favor of the controversial judicial reform amendment bill, while the opposition boycotted the amendment. According to media reports, some powers of the Supreme Court have been limited by the approval of the controversial judicial reform amendment bill, while the Israeli opposition parties have announced a nationwide protest against the approval of the controversial bill. During the voting on the bill, hundreds of Israeli citizens also surrounded the parliament building, while the Israeli police arrested 3 people for surrounding the house of the finance minister. It should be noted that the government is facing severe public resistance to the amendment bill related to judicial reforms, and demonstrations and rallies are being held in various cities. Israeli police used water cannons on the protesters and arrested several protesters. Demonstrators say they have taken to the streets to save democracy, while about 1,142 Israeli army reservists have threatened to withdraw from voluntary service if the judicial reform bill is passed. In January this year, the government of Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu announced a bill to limit the powers of the Supreme Court.